You know, it's kind of messed up because from time to time I'll get like this headache. I think we all get headaches, right? But I get headaches like, you know, every so often. And here's the thing that's kind of messed up about it. When I get a headache, it's not just a headache. It's not like, oh, my head hurts. No, with me, it's a migraine headache. And see, the worst part about getting migraine headaches is when you make plans with a friend. Like, let's say a friend says, hey, let's hang out. Let's hang out tomorrow, or let's hang out this weekend or whatever. So you hang out, right? You make the plans and you're like, okay, yeah, let's hang out. You make the plans of where to go and when to go. Everything seems okay. But, let's say that day comes. You wake up and everything seems okay. Everything seems pretty normal. But then a few hours into the day, you realize, uh-oh, boom, a migraine headache hits your head. Well, guess what? It's game over. But here's the thing. When you get a migraine headache, you're too like, you can't do anything, right? You're just like, oh, you don't want to do anything. The last thing you really want to do or can do is go hang out with a friend or some friends when your brain is just killing you, when your head is just pulsating. But like, when you have a migraine headache, when you have a headache, what do you want to do? You really just want to tell your friend or friends or whoever it is, you know what? Like, ugh. But this is the thing about like having a headache. You can't just tell your friend. You can't just tell a friend, oh hey, by the way, yeah, I can't go after all because turns out I have a headache. Because like, how does that sound? Like that's not like an actual excuse. That's not a real excuse. Like the friend is gonna react like, okay, you got a headache. So like, you know, how about just take some medicine and, you know, and you'll be okay. Oh yeah. I mean, you don't think I've already done that? Like, you don't think I've already, like, you know, taken precautionary measures and, you know, like done whatever I can do to you know, make the situation better? Like, this is the thing. When you have a headache, you have to come up with another reason. Because telling someone you can't hang out with them because you have a headache, like try missing school or not going to work and then telling your boss or your teacher, oh, I didn't come yesterday because I had a headache. You know, like nobody accepts that. Like nobody says like, oh really? Oh wow, dang, I actually thought you just didn't want to come, but you had a headache. Okay, well, you know, are you feeling better? No, like you wish they would respond like that. Like you wish you could just say that, but you have to make it seem like more than it actually was. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I was really sick yesterday. I was coughing, I was throwing up, you know, I had a fever. I threw up like 2 times, you know, just, it was really bad. Like, you don't even want to know. Like, you have to make it seem like you actually were really sick. Because for some reason, people just don't take the headache serious. Why? Like, okay, when you have a headache, you could do things, right? You could do things, you get by, you have a headache. But when you have a migraine headache, like you really can't do, like, no, you can't function. So the fact that you can't use I have a headache as an actual reason why you can't show up somewhere or do something, that's pretty messed up. I mean, come on. Like, you know, like how not real does it sound if you're supposed to hang out with your friend, but then all of a sudden that day you tell them, oh hey, guess what? I can't hang out after all because it just so happens to be that I have a headache. They're literally gonna read that text and just be like, you can't hang out because you got a headache. Like the friend is just thinking, okay, can you just at least come up with like a better lie? But that's the thing. So that's the thing though. If you tell the truth, it kind of just seems like you're lying. Cause like what? Like a headache? You got a headache? Really? You can't come and hang out? You can't come to the Cheesecake Factory because you got a headache? Really? It's like, you don't think I want to go? So like, even though it's real, it just sounds not real. So then what do you do? What do you say? Like, do you say the truth, but it's not gonna sound like the truth? It's gonna sound like you're just making excuses? Or do you make something up? And then at that point, you're not telling the truth. It's so hard because like, what do you do? Like a headache just never seems like an actual reason not to do something or go somewhere. What did I say right there? But sometimes it is. Like, how not real does it sound? Like if you make plans with your friend and everything's good, everything sounds good, everything sounds fantastic, everything's set up, right? The night before you're talking and everything's okay. And then all of a sudden that day, the same day, all of a sudden, like, you're not gonna hang out because you don't feel good. Like, it's true, it happens, but it just doesn't sound believable. And that's what's messed up, because when it's you, when you're the one not feeling good, or you have like the migraine or whatever, that's where it's like, okay, like, I'm sorry, because it's like last night I sounded good, I sounded okay, but you know, today, just like, I woke up and I didn't feel good. Like, I really didn't. And then it's that thing where then like they think in their head, like, if you didn't want to hang out, you should have just said something. It's not like that. It's not like that. But it's not a lie. I have a migraine. I can't.